Hello, 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 friends and comrades. Hi, it is Sunday now, and where I am in the Northeast, it is lunchtime ish. Maybe it's a little of a late lunch. And where you are, I don't know what time it is because you could be a lot of places. That's the magic of the internet. Um, I'm Carsey, as you may know, and I am doing these little surprise drop in, how's your day going live streams to talk about my new album, which is going to come out in April and which is available for pre order already. So that is why I'm here. I'm going to play you a song. I'm going to talk a little bit about the song and about some other things. The other thing I'm going to do is try and read your comments. So feel free to drop some notes that you want me to read. And hi, I can see you guys right now. Hi, Doug. Hi, Candace. Hi, Eric. Hi, Jackie. Oh, nice to see you. I always get so excited that people are just here. It's crazy. Like any time of the day or night, people are just on the internet because what else are you going to be doing? Uh, so let's see. I have this new record. It's called Love and Rage. It's already recorded. We recorded it over the pandemic year, 2020, one of the pandemic years, hopefully the main one. And I made it, and now I'm trying to release it. So the way I'm trying to do that is with a Kickstarter. I'm raising money to release the album and promote it. Here's the crazy part, though. We already met the goal. So I launched the Kickstarter on Friday, Friday, and we made the goal Friday night. Actually, I launched it Thursday. So in 2 days, we made the goal, and that is really crazy and wonderful. So first of all, if you guys already contributed to the Kickstarter, thank you so much. I'm just really thrilled that people want to hear the album. I'm thrilled to have some money to make it with too, to release it with. That's like takes a lot of stress off of me. But mostly I'm thrilled that people just want to listen to it because that's honestly why I make music. I want to talk about something a little bit unusual. I don't know if this is a weird thing to talk about on the internet or not. A lot of people have asked me if I'm going to set a stretch goal on the Kickstarter, and I'm not. And the reason is I am in debt from the album, and I would rather pay off that debt. And what's weird about talking about it is people don't really talk about debt. So I'm just going to take a minute and talk about debt. I think this is true in a lot of different kinds of businesses and life endeavors. We take on a bunch of debt because we really want to do the thing. And it's okay to take on debt, but also it's better to not have debt. So I've been in debt since I made my first album, Ain't So Green, when I was 19. That's when I took on debt for the first time. And I have been in debt consistently since I made that first album. And I'm not complaining. I feel very privileged to have this job. But I want to be real with you guys. If you go contribute to the Kickstarter, now that we made the goal, I'm going to take that money and pay down some of my debt. So if that sounds like a bummer to you and not glamorous enough, then don't buy the album. Just listen to it on Spotify. But if you're like, you know what? Debt is a real life thing, and I don't want Carsey to be in debt forever, then feel free to contribute or pre-order, and you'll know that that's where your money's actually going. So I'm just checking the comments to see if people are like, quit complaining about your debt or whatever. That would be legit. Again, I have the best job ever, so I really try not to complain, but I also want to like tell you about the reality of the music business. I've never had a record deal, and record deals are the main way that you get a chunk of money to make albums. I've never qualified for a business loan either until this year because of the SBA stimulus money. So that's the debt I took on to make this album. And I would just love to pay it off. It would make me feel really good to be able to pay that debt off. So instead of doing stretch goals and being like, if we make 20,000, I'll make a music video. If we make 40,000, I'll send you a pony. I'm just going to be like, you know what? All that money, I really, really appreciate it. And where it's going to go is to pay off the album that I already prepaid for with money from the government. So there you go. All right, now you know. Quit complaining or whatever. Right. I think that was a joke, Marco. Capitalism does suck. Capitalism is theft. So it's true. Anyway, with that, I am going to play one of the songs from the album. The song is called Down in the Streets, and I'm going to say a couple words about it, and I also want to invite you guys to ask me questions about it. Chris is disappointed that they're not going to get a pony. That makes sense. I'm sorry. Maybe if we really bust out of this Kickstarter and make hundreds of thousands, I'll start sending people ponies. So I'm going to tell you about this song, Down in the Streets, and if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them, and I will try to check it out and answer you. So last summer, 2020, one of the phases of the pandemic, which feels like it's been going on forever, was the national and international uprisings that started with the murder of George Floyd and continued for a while, like weeks, more than a month in a lot of places, and people were in the streets because they were mad. And I was in the streets in Philly, and I saw some crazy shit that I didn't expect to see in my life as like a middle-class American person. So people being like beat down and tear gassed and stuff. And it was pretty crazy. And at the same time, it was very inspiring to see so many people banding together to try and make something happen. Did it work? Yes and no, like a lot of things. It worked and it didn't work. But it did inspire this song. So Mama, it's a disaster, going faster and faster, and all of my heroes turning out to be bastards. Ain't no peace to be found in this company town, 'cause the house will keep winning till we burn the house down. So all my friends in the streets tonight, we go singing. All my friends who are down and out, we gonna fight for all our friends in the up above, with all our rage and all our love, adding fuel to the fire down in the streets tonight, where they call it a riot, 'cause we ain't keeping quiet. But if you've been listening, we know you don't buy it. And they say we've been stealing, but who's the real villain when we can't even make a living, and they're out there making a killing? So all my friends in the streets tonight, we go singing. All my friends who are down and out, we gonna fight for all our friends in the up above, with all our rage and all our love, adding fuel to the fire down in the streets tonight. Well, they can lock us up and they can knock us down, but we're the ones who run this town. We're gonna shout it out until we make them face. We're the ones who own this place. They can lock us up and they can knock us down, but we're the ones who run this town. We're gonna shout it out until we make them face. We're the ones who own this place. So all my friends in the streets tonight, we go singing. All my friends who are down and out, we gonna fight for all our friends in the up above, with all our rage and all our love, adding fuel to the fire down in the streets tonight, down in the streets tonight, down in the streets tonight. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you. I'm just gonna like scroll back and look at some of your comments here. Credit score. Yep. And I already have a pony. Wow. Proud of you, Chris. Yes. Credit scores. Man, so true. So true. Staying ahead of your rent, debt for expenses. This is actually kind of sweet to hear about. Oh man. I'll use 2/3 or more of my stimulus check for debt. Yep. Man, I really appreciate that, you guys. I'm just reading through. It seems like mostly positive feedback for the debt comment. I just wanted to talk a little bit more about it. It's a really weird thing. I think that almost everyone I know has student debt. People in their 20s and 30s tend to have student debt. I didn't go to college. I actually didn't go to high school either. I'm a fully uneducated person. So when I made my first album, my parents helped me with it a little, and I helped, and I put some money towards it as well. And the idea was kind of like, hey, you're not going to school, so here's, music will be your school. And so we made that. I made that, and also I took on some debt for it. And the first 5 or 6 albums I think I made, I mostly made using credit cards. So I had bad debt for a really long time. And this past year, I was able to finally take on a business loan because of the SBA stimulus. So I just bring that up again because I want to point out how hard it can be to get credit if you don't have a regular kind of job, if you are poor, if you are from certain communities. And when you can't get credit, what you end up doing is taking on debt that sucks. So like loans that have terrible APRs, and they're really easy to fall behind on. So I bring that up mostly to say that there was a silver lining of the pandemic, which is that they loosened up the ability to get assistance from the government, and that really helped me. So I think it's helped a lot of people. And I paid tons of musicians with that stimulus money. And so all of this is just to say that if you want to buy the album, there's a link to buy it, to pre-order it right now, and that's where your extra money's going to go. A lot of it's still going to go to print it too, so we're printing vinyl and CDs. Some people are saying that you feel bad, you have to tell us what you're doing with the money. That's really sweet, Michelle, and I love that you're saying that, and I also, I would like to tell you what I'm doing with the money. I'm glad that you want to send me money just because you like the music, and I also just want to be real with you guys and authentic about where it's going. Once I have a yacht, then maybe I'll stop asking for money, but I'm just kidding. We're not out of the woods yet, I guess is what I'm saying. I'm really pleased that so many people want to hear the record, and also I'm mostly going to be paying off debt for the rest of for a while. That's really it. Okay, now finally, I want to do kind of a cool experiment. So over on the Kickstarter, again, there's a link to it in various places on the Facebook and on the YouTube. Over on the Kickstarter, we have 300 and something people who have given, which is really exciting. And because I'm not going to do a stretch goal, I'm just going to say, come on over, pre-order the album. That's the point of this Kickstarter. Instead of doing stretch goals for money, I'm just going to say, let's get more people involved because that's really lovely. And so Marco wants a yacht instead of a pony. I could use one of those too, couldn't we all? Anyway, we're going to select, if we can hit 500 people giving to the Kickstarter, I'm going to start giving stuff to a random person. So the first one is going to be a Zoom dinner. So the way that's going to work is I'm going to pick a random person out of everyone who's given to the Kickstarter once we hit 500 people having given. I'm going to pick out a random person, and I'm going to order some food to be delivered to their house. And I'm going to order the same kind of food to be delivered to my house. And then we're going to get on Zoom and have dinner together. So this is a Zoom dinner party with me and whoever this random Kickstarter backer is, if we're able to hit 500 backers. So here's how I'm going to do it. This says Zoom dinner winner. I'm going to take this piece of paper. This is a lucky piece of paper because it has a 4-leaf clover pressed inside it. So this is really good luck for somebody. We don't know who. And I'm going to write a random number between 1 and 500. I'm making this up right now in my mind. I'm going to fold up this number, and I'm going to put it in this envelope. I'm going to close it. So if we hit 500 backers on the Kickstarter, this random backer number, whatever this is that I wrote down, you don't know, only I know, will have dinner with me over Zoom. And they can invite a couple of family members, whoever's in their household or pod, and we'll have dinner. So there it is. So if you want to enter that drawing to have dinner with me on Zoom, go over to the Kickstarter. You can give any amount. I believe it starts at $5. You can even actually just donate $1, and that's totally fine. The raffle will not be based on who gives the most money, because I'm not into that kind of thing. So with that, I think I'm going to log off. My goal here this month is just to let everybody know that the Kickstarter is going on, and if you want to pre-order the album Love and Rage, you can do that on the Kickstarter, and I will send it out as soon as it's released. Release is April 30th. That's the date. Thank you guys for listening and hearing me talk about debt, and I hope that Dorothy is totally random, aren't we all? I hope that you will go give a little bit so that we can possibly have dinner. All right, love you guys. Mwah. Have a great Sunday.